Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So I know I'm only supposed to be posting on Wednesdays and Sundays, but today I decided to do a little bonus video. I'm going to be doing a couple bonus videos on my channel that I'll decide to upload randomly, but today I want to talk about breastfeeding 101 because this is my first time that I have been successful with breastfeeding. So with Mia and Bentley, I was not able to breastfeed. I gave up. My milk supply was all over the place. I got engorged. I was in so much pain and I couldn't take it. And just there's so many factors and so many struggles when it comes to breastfeeding. A lot of people just give up. But this time I was very determined to stick with breastfeeding. I don't know if it's because this is my last baby that I'm having or what it may be, but I just really decided that I wanted to try my hardest and just succeed. So that is what I did. I've been breastfeeding for almost a month now. It'll be a month on Sunday. I can't believe how fast time has been going by. So I'm just going to talk about some favorite breastfeeding products and must-haves that you need to have. I'm going to talk about latching, positioning of the baby. I'm going to be talking about engorgement and how to relieve the pain, because that is probably the worst part of breastfeeding. And I'm also going to talk about pumping, but I am going to be doing a whole other video about pumping, stuff like that. So let's just go ahead and get right into the video. So first things first is when you're in the hospital and you have your beautiful baby, you are going to need to start breastfeeding right away. And you need to figure out how to get your baby to latch and what positions are comfortable for you. So if this is your first baby and your first time breastfeeding, it may be a bit awkward and intimidating. And I know at first I did not want to ask a lactation consultant for help because I felt awkward and very shy when it comes to being open and having people help me. And just anything to do with my breasts, I'm very shy and I just don't want to show anybody. So what I did when I had Easton, I actually asked for a lactation consultant to come and help me when I was in the hospital and to figure out a latch, because I noticed that Easton has a lip tie. So when a baby has a lip tie, it's just like a little, like this piece like up there. It goes from your lip down all the way to your gum. So it results in a really tight latch. It can result in causing cluster feeding, so he's feeding all over the place. His suck will be very, very tight and painful for me. So I actually asked for help, and she explained to me that you need to first place the nipple on top of the baby's lip and then roll it down into his mouth or her mouth. A little diaphragm right here so you guys can check it out and kind of read it. There's so many diaphragms on Pinterest, and I'm not a professional. This is just my experience and what the lactation consultant told me. So she said, like, if you're biting a sandwich, see your boob as a sandwich kind of thing, and like you would eat a sandwich like this, right? So you'd like bite into the sandwich. That's kind of how she explained it to me, and I was like, okay, so now I've been like using my boob as a sandwich, and it actually works very well. And also make sure that if you are just starting out, your supply may be different, because if you have a C-section like I did, your milk supply may take much longer for it to come in because of your hormones and everything like that. So you're gonna have to try and hand express so you get a little bit of milk out, and then position the baby to latch on so he knows kind of like, oh, there's milk there, so I need to start sucking, and then the milk flow will just kind of come. So I noticed when I started breastfeeding, it was really hard on me. A lot of people get this and it's super natural, and I promise this will probably only last you the first like couple of days or week. That is how it was for me. It got so much better when I just allowed it to, but you will get cracked nipples and you will be so sore that you will probably just want to break down and cry. I know I was like, my nipples were so sore and cracked, and I couldn't even feed because it was so hard, and then I would resort to formula, and I did not do that with Easton. I did that with Mia though. I was in so much pain and I just didn't suck it up, and I was like, you know what? I'm in pain, so I'm not gonna feed. And I supplemented formula, and then I just kind of went on to formula. So there's nothing wrong with if you want a formula feed. I did it with both of my two first kids. But if you do get the cracked nipples and soreness, I do highly suggest this cream right here. And this is the Lancino HPA Lanolin cream. So this is the brand right here. And they actually give samples out in the hospital where I was in of this cream. So it soothes and protects sore nipples. So this cream was an absolute saver for me. That is just like a product that I highly suggest using. Also in that same brand, they have these pads. You're gonna need a nursing bra, obviously, for nursing to make your life easier, but you also are gonna need some nursing pads. So I use these ones. It's the same brand as the cream. So they're just little pads that you put in your bra. For leakage, because you will start leaking and whatnot. Also, another product is if you aren't using formula, you need to use D-drops. And I just use the baby D-drops. So you just put 1 drop on your nipple a day. So your baby is getting the vitamin D. So next thing I want to talk about is something that I had a really hard time with, once again, apart from the cracked nipples, is the engorgement. Engorgement is when the breast tissue overfills with milk, blood, and other fluids, and this causes your breast to become very full, and it will basically have lumps sort of feeling, and your nipples will get very flat and tight. So at first, this pain can be so unbearable, and it could just make you just not want to breastfeed anymore. But this pain, I promise you, will go away, and it is manageable. I can't stress this enough. It will go away, and if you guys are feeling that engorged pain and are feeling like giving up, just try these methods. So what do you do when you're engorged? So I will feed right away, and then I will go ahead and get into a hot shower. I will start hand expressing, so all of the milk will come out, but you don't want to over express in the shower, otherwise you're just triggering your boobs to build up more milk, and that's not what you want at this point. You just want to hand express until you're comfortable. And what I do is I put a wet cloth in the freezer and I let it freeze. And right after, go ahead and put this freezing cold cloth right over me to relieve the pain as well. And also I have read that you can use cabbage leaves in your bra. And I didn't do this, but I heard so many people and so many things online said to use cabbage leaves. So I mean, you can also give that a try if you are in so much pain. With me pumping, it causes engorged breasts for me. Usually if I'm out and about and I'm feeling very engorged and I haven't been able to feed Easton right away and I've been using bottles, or if I miss a feed, I will hand express into just like a bottle so I'm not wasting any of the milk. So I'll bring around sanitized and clean bottles for this reason. If I'm out and if I don't have my pump with me or whatever it may be, I'll just keep a sanitized bottle in my purse or my bag, and then I'll just go ahead and hand express it and save that milk for the baby. And this will instantly relieve your pain as well. So yeah, that is what you can do for engorgement, and it doesn't last forever. I get engorged a couple times a day and I just do those things and it relieves it right away. So a couple of things I want to talk about in regards to what I use for breastfeeding and some essentials. So I actually still use prenatal vitamins, and I use these kinds. You can use any kind of prenatal vitamins. These are just the ones I use, and I still take them even after my pregnancy because they are very good for your breast milk. And then in my little bag here, I just got this backpack and it's super cute. I will link down below where I got it if you guys are curious, but it's just a small backpack where I keep just stuff that I need and just some stuff for Easton as well. But I keep my little wrap for breastfeeding. I was always so nervous to breastfeed in public. I have so much anxiety, and this thing I couldn't figure out how to use. But don't be afraid to breastfeed in public. It's natural and you need to do it for your baby. So I just got this wrap, and you can use it different ways. So I just kind of put it over top of me, get him comfortable, and then he literally just lays in here as I feed, and it's absolutely perfect. And you can find these wraps anywhere. They have so many different kinds of these. What I also use is this little nursing cushion, and this is good for when you have guests over. You can bring this with you to make you more comfortable for breastfeeding. This thing is a savior, especially if you're just starting out You just put this here. I'm sure you guys know what this is, but I will explain it. You just put this around here, hold the baby, and then nurse, and you're comfortable. And then when you get comfortable, you don't even need to use this. You can just go ahead and use regular pillows or whatever it may be. But yeah, so I just wanted to educate you guys based off of my experiences. There is a lot of resources and a lot of professional help out there if you guys need it. So I do highly suggest and encourage you guys to ask for help, and don't be afraid to ask for the help that you may need from a lactation consultant or a nurse or whatever it may be. I do have a pumping schedule, and I love using the pump, so I can have a glass of wine, or I can let Ryan feed so I can get that extra hour of sleep that I need. Or if we're out and about, you know, it's very important to have a life, and it's hard to have a life when you're breastfeeding because you need to be with your baby all the time. I'm gonna go ahead and make a video all on pumping and my schedule and everything like that, and that will be in my next video, probably on Wednesday. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and got some help from it. Comment down below on any video suggestions that you guys want to see me do. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you guys haven't already, to join my Slaney family. And I guess I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching.